Welcome to this session. We are discussing Science for Class 4 Natural Resources Keeping Our Earth Green. Science Class 4 Natural Resources Keeping Our Earth Green. Okay, now let us have a look at how we can keep our Earth green. Earth is our home. Planet Earth is our home, and we have only one Earth. Life is possible only on Earth because air and water is available only on Earth. We have to keep the air and water clean. For that, we need to keep the earth green. That is, we have to take care of the plants. The plants, by way of photosynthesis, give us oxygen. The plants give us food. The plants give food to the animals. Plants also help in the water cycle. What is it? The natural evaporation and condensation, because of which rains form. So, today the earth is no longer as green and beautiful as it was. Today the earth is no longer as green and beautiful as it used to be. We have cut the trees and we have spoiled the vegetation for various purposes. We have to replace and replenish the forest. That is called afforestation. We have to replace and replenish the forest. That is called afforestation. Plants provide us food. Plants is home to many animals. Plants is the habitat or the shelter for many animals. Deforestation is cutting down of the trees in large number. So when you cut all the trees in a forest, the animals will have nowhere to go. They will lose their shelter. Especially the birds will be able to stay nowhere. The arboreal animals or the aerial animals, the monkeys, the squirrels, all of them will lose their habitat. And it will spoil the food chain. And when the food chain gets disturbed, the wildlife as well as the plant life will become extinct. So we have to protect the environment. Keeping or protecting the environment is one, stopping the pollution of the air, water and weather, and two, preventing the destruction of the forest or the natural environment, preventing the destruction of the seas and waters, preventing the destruction of the forests. This is environment. Environment is what is around us, and the United Nations has declared 5th June as the World Environment Day. 5th June has been declared as the World Environment Day. So people talk about the ways and means of saving the environment. We celebrate World Environment Day on 5th June. The picture that you're seeing here is the trees being cut from the forest. This is called logging. When trees are cut from the forest, either for making furniture or to use as a timber in large scale, cutting of trees is deforestation and the process is logging for timber, and because of this, so many forests have disappeared. So many wildlife had lost their livelihood. Trees are also cut or forests are cleared to make way for building houses or building offices or building factories for the people. The picture you see here is children trying to plant small trees or seedlings, and this will become bigger plants and trees. This is part of the Vanotsav, which is the environment solution and celebration by the government of India. Vana Utsav means forest or festival of forests. What you see here is paper being wasted. One of the most important forest produce that we use is paper. When one day's edition of newspaper is rolled out, that is thousands of newspaper printed and given to everybody on a particular day, for example today's newspaper, a lot of forest trees will have to be cut because paper comes from papyrus plant. So the forest has to be cut to make the paper from that plant. So we should be careful in using the forest based products and forest produces so that we don't waste, and we have to take care of the resources. We will take a break and we will come back for the next session. Before that, let us recap what we have seen. We should not waste the resources, we should preserve the resources. World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June. We should prevent logging and cutting the trees for timber. Plants provide us not only food but also home for many animals, arboreal and aerial animals. Deforestation is cutting down of the trees. Earth is our home. Air and water are not found in other planets. Earth is no longer as green as it used to be. So we have to stop pollution and stop removal of the forest. We have to replace and replenish the forest. That is called afforestation. Please come back after the break.